Hey everyone, so today we are discussing our second set of the topic age available on EduRead Test Series. As of now, we have discussed first set containing 10 questions and we already know what is the importance of age. We already know the weightage. So basically age is also a very important topic, either you are preparing for any kind of placement examination or any kind of general competition examination. Age plays a very important role in the aptitude section. The question from this topic will be kind of simple. You just have to follow the instruction patiently and you will be just end up with the answer, correct answer. So let's see what our first question is. Our first question says that 12 years ago, P was half of Q in age. If the ratio of their present ages is 4:5, what will be the total of their present ages? So as we can see that the question is pretty simple. We just have to follow the instruction and yes, we will end up with the correct answer. So let's see what the question or basically what the statements are saying. So let's skip the first statement. Let's see the second statement, where the question is discussing about the present ages of P and Q. So basically the second statement says that the ratio of their present ages is 4:5. That means we can assume the ratio That means we can assume the present age of P and Q be 4x and 5x according to the question or according to the ratio given in the question. So now we have discussed this second statement and reached a conclusion according to it. Now let's see the first statement. So our first statement of this question says that 12 years ago P was half of Q in age. That means we have to subtract 12 years from their present ages and we can get the answer. But the first statement says that 12 years ago P was half of Q in age. That means P will be 1/2 of Q. So obviously we have to subtract 12 from both P's and Q's ages and according to the statement we have to form an equation. So we have assumed P's present age to be 4x and Q's present age to be 5x, and accordingly we have formed the equation which is 4x minus 12, because the first statement is discussing the condition 12 years ago. So that's why we have subtracted 12 years from the present age of P, and similarly from the present age of Q also we have subtracted 12 years. Now the P is basically half of Q in age. So we have formed this equation. Okay. Now as we have formed this equation, we will solve to find the value of x so that we can find the present ages of P and Q. Accordingly we have made the equation, and after solving we will get 8x minus 24 is equals to 5x minus 12, and when we subtract it furthermore we will get 3x is equals to 12 and hence x is equals to 4. So now we have got the value of x which is 4. We can finally find the present ages of P and Q, which we have assumed is 4x and 5x. So when we put the value of x here and here, we will get the present ages of P and Q. So P's present age will become 4 multiplied by 4 is equals to 16 years, and Q's present age will become 5 multiplied by 4 is equals to 20 years. So now we have got the present ages of P and Q, which is 16 and 20 years. Let's see what exactly the question is asking. So from the question we have to find what will be the total of their present ages. So basically we have to sum it up. We have to sum the present ages of P and Q. So after summing we will get 36 years. So the required sum will become 16 plus 20, which is equals to 36 years. So hence our correct answer is 36, which is our option C. Our second question is, Rohan is 18 years older than Rohit. If 8 years ago Rohan was 6 times as old as Rohit, then find Rohan's present age. So basically, according to the question, we have assumed Rohit's age be x, or the present age of Rohit be x. Okay, now the question is saying that Rohan is 18 years elder than Rohit. So by following this statement, we have assumed Rohan's age to be x plus 18, or we can say Rohit's present age plus 18. Okay, so from here we have got or assumed Rohit's and Rohan's age to be x and x plus 18 by following the first statement. Now, the question is further saying that if 8 years ago Rohan was 6 times as old as Rohit, then we have to find out the present age of Rohan. So the question is discussing about the time 8 years ago. And in 8 years ago, Rohan was 6 times as old as Rohit. That means Rohan was 6 times older than Rohit. So 8 years ago, age of Rohit will become, we have to subtract 8 years from the present age so that we can form the further equation. So also the question is discussing in the time period where 8 years ago. So okay, the 8 years ago the age of Rohit will be x minus 8, and similarly age of Rohan will be x plus 18, the present age of Rohan, and we have to subtract 8 from the present age. So the 8 years ago the age of Rohit will be x plus 10. Now, so the question is saying that 8 years ago Rohan was 6 times as old as Rohit. So Rohan was, that means 8 years ago we have Rohan's 8 years ago's age will be 6 times, or is 6 times Rohit's age 8 years ago. Hence the equation becomes x plus 18. 6 is equals to 6 times x minus 8, which is the age of Rohit 3 years ago, and here the x plus 10 is age of Rohan 3 years ago. So by following all the conditions given in the question, we have made the equation. So we will solve this equation to find the value of x, and hence after finding the value of x, we can find the present ages of Rohit and Rohan and fulfill the question's demand. So let's see, by following this equation or by solving this equation, we will get x plus 10 is equals to 6x minus 48. Hence 5x is equals to 58 and x is equals to 11.6. Now we have got the value of x, which is 11.6. We can now find the value of the present ages of Rohit and Rohan. But from the question, we just have to find Rohan's present age. So Rohan's present age we have assumed is x plus 18. And now we have got the value of x. So we will just put the value of x here and got the present age of Rohan. So after putting the value, we will get 11.6 plus 18, and hence the present age of Rohan is 29.6 years. Now our third question is, what is Kishan's present age if after 30 years his age will be 15 times of his age 15 years back? If you read the question, you may find it confusing, but if you read it patiently and understand each word, the question is very simple. So let's see how we will solve it. So according to question, we have assumed the present age of Kishan be x years. Okay. Now the question is discussing about the time 30 years hence. So basically in the first part, the question is discussing 30 years hence from now. Okay, so by following this, we have assumed Kishan's age after 30 years will be x plus 30, because we have to add 30 years in his present age to match the age of Kishan will be in after 30 years. So here we have added 30 years in his present age and assumed his age will be x plus 30 after 30 years. Now the question is further saying that discussing his age 15 years back also. So just by following this, we have assumed his age 15 years ago will be x minus 15, because we have subtracted 15 years from his present age to discuss the 15 years back time of his age. Now basically the whole statement is saying that after 30 years his age will be 15 times of his age 15 years back. So by following this statement, we have made this equation, and basically the equation is saying that the age of Kishan 30 years after, which is x plus 30, is equals to 15 times of his age 15 years back. So you can see that we just have followed the statement and made this equation. Now we will solve this equation to find the value of x, and hence after that we will find the value of present age of Kishan basically. So by solving this equation, we got x plus 30 is equals to 15, x plus 2 minus 225, and hence 255 is equals to 14x and x is equals to 18.2. So basically we have assumed Kishan's present age be x. So accordingly the present age of Kishan becomes 18.2 years. And according to question, we have to find the present age of Kishan only. So we have got the answer, which is 18.2. Now our fourth question is, the father's age 7 years ago was 11 times the age of his daughter. At present, the father's age is 7 times that of his daughter. Find the daughter's present age. So, by following the question, we have assumed daughter's present age to be x and her father's present age to be 7x, because the question is basically saying that at present the father's age is 7 times that of his daughter. So as accordingly we have assumed the daughter's age is x, so the father's age will become 7 times of his daughter's age will be, which is 7x. Now then the question is saying that then the question is saying 7 years ago the father was 11 times the age of his daughter. So basically father's age 7 years ago was 11 times the age of his daughter. That means we have to subtract 7 years from the father's age and of course from the daughter's age also, and by following this statement we have to make an equation. So after subtracting 7 from father's age we get 7x minus 7, and after subtracting 7 years from daughter's age we get x minus 7. Now the question is saying that 7 years ago the father was 11 times the age of his daughter. The father was 11 times age of his daughter. So we have made this equation and now we will solve it. So after solving we will get 7x minus 7 is equals to 11x minus 77, and hence 4x is equals to 70 and x is equals to 17.5. So basically we have find the present age of daughter because we have assumed the present age of daughter to be x. So present age of daughter is 17.5 years. And according to question we also have to find the present age of daughter only. So yeah, we have find the correct answer. Now our fifth question is, the sum of the ages of a mother and a son is 54 years. 8 years ago, the product of their ages was 6 times the mother's age at that time. The present age of mother and son are. So, you may find this question kind of difficult or confusing, but the question is very easy. Let's see how. So basically, we have assumed mother's age to be x years. Now we have the sum of mother's and son's age, which is 54. So just by following this, we have assumed son's present age to be 54 minus x, because we have the present age, the sum of the present age of mother and son, which is 54 years. Now the question is further discussing the time 8 years ago. So let's see what will be the mother's age 8 years ago. So we will just subtract the 8 years from the present age of mother. We will get x minus 8 years. Similarly, we will see the son's age 8 years ago. So we will just subtract the 8 years from the present age of son. So after subtracting, or after performing this subtraction, we will get 46 minus x years, which is the age of son 8 years ago. Now the question is basically saying that 8 years ago, the product of their ages was 6 times the mother's age at that time. So basically, 8 years ago, the product of the ages of mother and son is equals to 6 times the age of mother 8 years ago basically. So by following this statement, we have made this equation, which is the product of age of mother and son 8 years ago, which is x minus 8 and 46 minus 8, basically x minus 8 multiplied by 46 minus x, is equals to 6 times age of mother 8 years ago, which is x minus 8. So 6 multiplied by x minus 8. Now here we can see x minus 8 is common here both the side, and we can cancel it out to make the question or to make the equation simple. So after cancelling it, we will get 46 minus x is equals to 6, and hence x is equals to 40. Now we have assumed present age of mother be x, so hence present age of mother will be 40 years. Now accordingly, we have assumed present age of son to be 54 minus x. Hence, the present age of son becomes 54 minus 40, which is equals to 14 years. And in the question, we have to find the present ages of son and mother. Hence, the present age of son is 14 years and present age of mother is 40 years. Now, our sixth question is, the ages of two sisters differ by 32 years. 12 years ago, the elder one was 7 times as old as the younger one. What are the present ages of the elder one? So basically, if we see this question, we can see it is similar to the question we have solved previously, or the fifth question. It is very similar to the fifth question. So by following the steps we have done in the fifth question, we can easily solve this question also. So let's see. By following the question, we have assumed the present age of younger sister to be x years, and similarly, by following the question, we have assumed the present age of elder sister to be x plus 32, because the difference between these two, because the age of these two sisters differ by 32 years. Basically, the difference between the ages of these two sisters is 32 years. So if we imagine, let's see, as we assume the age of younger sister to be x years, and if we imagine the difference between these two sisters is equals to 32, so we can find the age of elder sister will become x plus 32 years. Now, the question is saying that 12 years ago. Basically, now if the question is discussing the time 12 years ago, so let's find out first the age of younger and older sister 12 years ago. So 12 years ago, the age of younger sister will be x minus 12 years. Basically, we have subtracted 12 years from the present age of the younger sister. Similarly, we have to find out the age of elder sister 12 years ago. So age of elder sister 12 years ago will be x plus 32, which is the present age, minus 12 years, and we will get x plus 20. So x plus 20 will be the age of older sister 12 years ago. Now, the question is basically saying that further, 12 years ago, the elder one was 7 times as old as the younger one. That means elder one 12 years ago, basically, elder one was 7 times as old as younger one. So by following this, we have made this equation. Now after forming this equation, we have to find or solve this equation to find the value of x, so that we can find the present ages of younger and older sisters. So after solving this equation, we will get x plus 20 is equals to 7x minus 84, and hence xx is equals to 104. Hence, x is equals to 17.3. Now we have assumed the present age of younger sister to be x. Then 17.3 will be the present age of younger sister. But in the question, we have to find out the present age of elder sister. So we will put the value of x here to find the present age of older sister. So after putting the value of x, we will get 17.3 plus 32 is equals to 49.3 years. Hence, the present age of older sister will be 49.3 years. Now, our seventh question is, Mohan is 32 years older than his son Mohit. In 4 years, his age will be twice the age of his son. Present age of his son is. Basically, by following this statement or by following the question, we have assumed the present age of Mohit, who is the son of Mohan, we have assumed is x years. The present age of Mohit is x years, we have assumed. Now, by following this, present age of Mohan will be x plus 32 years, because Mohan is 32 years older than Mohit. So, we have assumed the present age of Mohan is x plus 32 years. Now, the question is further saying, in 4 years, his age will be twice the age of his son. So, basically, after 4 years, Mohan's age will be twice the age of his son Mohit. So, basically, the equation becomes, so first of all, we have to add 4 years also in the present ages of Mohan and Mohit. So after adding, we will get after 4 years, the Mohan's age will be x plus 32 plus 4, and Mohit's age will be after 4 years x plus 4. So in 4 years, Mohan's age is 2 times the age of Mohit. So, we have made this equation by following the statement. So, after 4 years, Mohan's age is 2 times the age of his son Mohit. So, now as we have made this equation, we have to solve it to find the value of x. So, let's see After solving, we will get x plus 36 is equals to 2x plus 8, and hence the x or the value of x will become 28. Now, as we have find the value of x, which is 28, let's see what exactly the question is asking. Basically, in the question, we just have to find the present age of his son or his son Mohit only. So, as we have already find out the value of x and we already assumed the present age of Mohit, his or Mohan's son, is to be x only. So, the present age of Mohit is 28 years. Now, our 8th question is, the sum of the current ages of a father and his son is 84 years. 7 years ago, father's age was 3 times the age of the son. After 7 years, son's age will be. So, yeah, the question is pretty simple. Let's see how we are going to solve it. So, by following the statement or the question, we have assumed the present age of son be x years, and hence present age of father we have assumed to be 84 minus x years, because the sum of the current ages of father and his son is 84 years. So if we assume the present age of son is x, then we can say that by the difference given, by the sum given in the question, we can assume the present age of father to be 84 minus x. Now, 7 years ago, father's age was 3 times the age of his son. So, first of all, we will subtract 7 years from father's age and 7 years from son's age. So, 7 years ago, father's age is equals to 3 times the age of his son. So, we have made this equation here and we will solve it to find the value of x. So, after solving to find the value of x, we will get 77 minus x is equals to 3x minus 21, and hence 4x is equals to 98, and finally we get the value of x to be 24.5. Now, basically we have to find the son's age after 7 years. So, we have to add 7 years in the present age of son. So, we will get son's age after 7 years will be x plus 7, and hence 24.5 plus 7 is equals to 31.5 years. Hence, the son's age after 7 years is 31.5 years. Now, the 9th question is, the total age of x and y is 48 years more than the total age of y and z. Z is how many years younger than x? We didn't assume in this question to anything like the age of x to be ABC or age of the y to be ABC something, because in the question itself it is given in the form of x and y. So we have assumed something like here in the solution only, if you see x plus y, then you have to assume it to be the present age of x and present age of y, something kind of thing, because we don't want to complicate the things. So to simplify the things, we didn't assume something in new. We just here used the initials given in the question itself. So, whenever you see x plus y or x or y something in this question, in this particular question or in this 9th question, you have to assume here the present age of x, present age of y, present age of z. Okay, so basically the question is saying that total of x and y is 48 more than total of y and z. So basically, by just following this statement, we have made this equation and now we will solve it. So x plus y. Here this positive y plus z will become negative y plus z when it comes to the left side of the equation. So x plus y minus y plus z in the bracket itself is equals to 48, and when the bracket will open, the y will cancel out and we will get x minus z. So x minus z is equals to 48. Basically, the question is asking z is how many years younger than x. So z is equals to x minus 48, and now we can say that z is 48 years younger than x, because here we can say that 48 years is subtracting from the age of x. So z is 48 years younger than x. Now our last and final question is, the age of Simran is 18 times that of her daughter Seema. If the age of Seema is 6 years, then what is the age of Simran? So the question is very simple, and by following the question itself, we have assumed the age of Simran be x years, and according to question, age of Simran is equals to 18 times age of Seema. So because it is given in the question, the age of Simran is 18 times the age of his daughter Seema. So age of Simran we have assumed to be x. So x is equals to 18 times age of Seema, and in the question itself it is given that the age of Seema is 6 years. So here we will put the value or put the age of Seema, and we got the age of Simran. So after putting, we will get 18 multiplied by 6, and hence x is equals to 108. Hence the age of Simran is 108 years. So this is our question number 10. So these are the 10 questions of the second set of the topic age available on EduRead Test Series. As we can see, the questions are pretty easy to solve of this topic age, and yet it is very important topic of the aptitude section. Well, either you are preparing for placement or any kind of general competition examination. So give your time to practice some sets of this topic also, and if you guys have any doubts or any question to ask, you can just put it out in our comment section, and we will happy to help you out there. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us. Thank you.